And we're live for
Huh? Are we?
oh wow,
Live with
100
Kabbalah
100,000
conversation.
viewers.
Okay, 1 second. Go ahead, YouTube. It did it pretty fast before. Setting up meeting for YouTube Live. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Go ahead, YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna show you this because
Can you hear music in my background?
Nope.
It's blurry. Okay.
this is what we're looking like on YouTube right now. If
It's
it can.
blurry. It keeps
Nope.
blurring it.
That's
Because
blurry.
you
We
have to put it
can't
by your
see
face,
that.
maybe.
It's distorted.
Oh, nice.
See,
Yeah, we're so
we're
cute.
live right now on YouTube.
Awesome.
Okay.
I kind
So,
of like the clear background, Yehuda. I think it's like more like this is like real life, you know?
okay,
I don't know,
let's.
personally. I just think conversation, like it's like we're home, we're in the car, it doesn't matter.
I like it too. Should I do it? I don't even know how to. I don't know how I did it. I put it on for the
So,
first.
Esther, you click on the screen and it'll give you a drop down and you say blur my background and you click on
Click
that.
on my screen.
Just click on side of
Oh,
the screen. There you
ta-da.
Yeah, I like
go.
it. It's real life.
Okay. So, hi everybody.
Hi.
Let's have some Kabbalah conversations. So, first, we'd like to welcome anybody who's watching. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to have these conversations. If you never heard of Kabbalah before, we're going to introduce you to it. So I don't even have a word for it, but we're just going to have conversations about what it is, what it means to me, how did it impact my life this week, hopefully, and what.
Why don't we
Listen,
start right there, Yehuda? Why don't we introduce like a little bite-sized clip of what Kabbalah is to us? Like
okay,
very cracker-sized. Like I can say for me,
yeah,
Kabbalah is ancient wisdom that teaches me how energy in the universe works that I can tap into to like get what I want out of life. So I can work on myself and I can grow and I can achieve all my goals. This is like my university of how to do that.
I
That's
love it.
awesome. That's awesome. I
Thanks.
think for me, the wisdom and the tools of Kabbalah help me to navigate through all the challenges and be able to see the challenges that come into my life as opportunities to connect with the light that's on the other side of it, the blessing that really wants to come to me. And it helps me to be a better parent, a more proactive parent, a better partner, helps me to make decisions in business and in my personal life. And it helps me to transform those things that I came here really to work on.
That's beautiful. Can you give an example where you said something about parenthood? Maybe something that you use that
Yeah,
happened in the last week.
I need that. Give that to me, Esther.
Okay, all right, take one.
No,
No.
I'm saying I need your advice.
Oh.
I need your give me your example.
I don't
Okay,
think I know
okay,
that
so
this
our
week is
daughter,
actually on spot because we do have a challenge. I don't know if you want how much you want
sure,
to give
no,
away,
no.
but
So one of our kids is starting at a new school, and it's high school. It's high school for the first time. And of course, there's, who am I at this school? How do I fit in? Who are these other people? Who's going to be my best friend? Am I going to do good? I mean, there's so much stress. It's so thick, you could cut it with a knife. So like I'm sleeping with her on her bed till she falls asleep, so and I think a lot of parents can appreciate going through that. And so new experiences and with the good and the challenges, and really to be there to support her, not to instantly try to find a solution, to let her know that she's empowered, that she has the tools, that these Friends do not dictate who she is in the world. You know, she's the one who decides who she is in the world. And the world will form around her, and there will be people and there will be obstacles. We can't live in a bubble. And we'd love to bring our kids up in a bubble, but it's not possible. So they have to be empowered with these tools, and she's using some of them. You know, she was reading from something that was helping her just to calm down through it and breathe and say, okay, and I'm still going to show up and I'm going to see what happens today. And really, I think it's extremely powerful. And
I think for you personally, when you said I'm not going to solve it for her, that's a challenge for you because you want to solve it for her.
oh, moms want to fix everything. Like, let me
Like, I
just,
know the
I have the
answers.
perfect
You just
remedy
want
for
to
that,
solve
right?
it.
Let me look at
You
my
have a
mom.
problem, let me fix it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a challenge for you to say, I'm not going to solve it.
Yeah, we're gonna sit in it and, you know, sit in the mud. Sometimes you have to sit in the mud to be able to allow the light to come in and say, okay, we're just gonna flow with this problem, and we're gonna find the light is gonna help. We're not gonna find it. The light force of the creator is gonna help us to navigate our way through. And that's another thing, like to think I'm the architect of what's happening. No, when something good happens, I did it. No, I didn't. It's because I was connected to the light that this thing flowed and it went well. And when something bad happens, then, you know, then the light force of the creator is behind that too. And how do I go through it? By connecting to the light. And it's going to take me out to the other side, and I'm going to see the blessing.
I love like all the Kabbalah One principles that you shared, like all of them. Like your restriction not to fix the problem because that will give her bread of shame, which means you're taking away her learning chances, her opportunity to grow her strength. And like you said, you're just going to sit there and support her so she can build her own strength. Like that's amazing motherhood. That's
And she
incredible.
knows I'm there for her. It's not, I'm
And
saying you solve your problem. It's your problem, you solve it. No, I'm here for you, and I'm going to, we, you know, as parents, we're here for you. We're going to support you through this whole thing. You're not, it's gonna, okay, but we're here for you. If you need a hug, you need whatever, you want to talk more, you know, so
it takes a
that,
lot of strength to hold
it's,
that space for someone. That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yehuda, real quick, what's Kabbalah to you?
So, it's hard to narrow it down because it's so much. But I when you said it helps me with my challenges, it resonated with me. A lot of the times where I'm like, let me reach out to Kabbalah, to the Zohar, to what I got, is through challenges, and the impact is amazing. Like, everybody says when we sit down right now, we're sitting, everything is fine, the sky's not falling, so we can say, yeah, I know that when something happens, everything happens for a reason, right? Everybody says that in the world today. It's not, you don't need to be a Kabbalah student to know that everything happens for a reason. So we say that, people say that, but when actually something hits you, do you say it at that moment? And
You
that's
forget
Kabbalah is
fast.
different than, that's when it's really, really hard. That's life. We can sit here and say everything for a reason, but when I have a flat tire and it's 104 degrees on the road, I'm not gonna say, oh, that's for a reason.
When the air conditioning goes out on Friday night,
huh?
right? When the air conditioning goes out in your house because the breaker goes down on Friday night, and you're like, it's 11 o'clock. What am I going to do?
Oh my
We
gosh.
have
It's a great example because it happened to us.
No.
It's
Yes.
very chaotic situation. I'm saying very, and everything is
So
very.
how did you inject certainty in that moment when you like, it's going to be 120 tomorrow, we're not going to have any air for the weekend? How did you inject that
And the kids are
confidence
starting
in
to panic.
that everything's working for you? How do you do
This
that?
is, I am kind of happy to report now that we're on the other side, that I can go back and was I with that consciousness when that happened? And actually, I can say I think we both were pretty much. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not that it wasn't painful. It's not that there's no movies in the head. What's gonna happen? When is it gonna get so?
How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, all the food in the fridge is getting lost. You're going through the movies of how bad it's gonna be, but you counter it with with what you got, with the consciousness that as it is happening, I'm saying it is happening for a reason, and the reason is good. And that's what you said before Kabbalah 1. I want to plug in right now really quick. Whoever doesn't know, there's a really amazing class that can introduce you to everything. I think it's pay as you can. So you can pay $1. It's Kabbalah1.com.
Yeah.
We're gonna post it in, we're gonna post it.
Teacher, and we'd like to expose you to it. And
I paid $11 when I first took it. And then I was like, oh snap, it was so good for the second one. I think I paid a couple hundred because I felt bad. But yeah, pay 50 cents, it doesn't matter.
Right? So that's a good time to plug in. But anyway, yeah, in the moment to be able to say, I know that it's happening from the creator. The creator sent me this situation, and he didn't send it to me to punish me or to, he sent it to me so that I can grow. He actually wants to give me more. He wants to give me more. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like pain right now. But I'm injecting that certainty that it's coming from him. He wants to elevate me. He wants to give me more. And that's what, and it's a struggle. It's a fight. It's, you say that and then the fear comes in, and you say that and then, yeah, but that's not going to work. And you say, but when is it going to end? But it's a struggle, but you have it. And then as you go through those situations in your life, you feel like your life is better. It's enhanced. You have more energy. You have more life. So that's how it's affected me. I think that's a good,
the flat tire happened to me not that long ago. And
wow.
I injected that consciousness because it was frustrating, but I was like, you know what? I want X, Y, and Z. And so the universe is throwing me a dumbbell so I can get stronger, so I can earn it. So I was like, okay, good. So that's exactly right. Like the universe is literally just building your strength so you can hold what you want.
Right. And that's why
It's
people
giving you the opportunity. It's like you want it. Okay, here's boot camp. Earn it.
But that's what happens to people when they win the lottery. The majority of the people, they lose everything, or they bring so much chaos into their life because their vessel is not ready to handle that much light, that much abundance. So we have to grow our spiritual muscle that we can handle more and more and more, and then more will come to us with blessings, not curses.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How about we watch so in this show or our conversations, we'd like to introduce the teachings coming directly from the Kabbalah Center, from teachers at the Kabbalah Center, and then you'll get to plug right into their consciousness, and then we'll have a little conversation. And that's how we'd like to expose everybody, but especially people in our town in Las Vegas to this wisdom, so we can grow a positive, like-minded community here in Las Vegas and bring this light to this city.
More and more people.
So let me share my screen. Okay, so the first one is David Guillaume. I strongly recommend you to follow him. He's one of
This is the Kabbalah 1 instructor.
Yes. So keep in mind, if you go to Kabbalah1.com, this is the instructor. Is so fun to is entertaining, right? It's like it's really an experience to go through a class with him, right?
Yeah. It's fun. It's exciting. It's challenging. Like, yeah, it's everything. He's great.
So let's play one.
There's a universal law that says as soon as you depend on someone's energy for your happiness, you begin to lose that energy. Because at the end of the day, when we're dependent on someone for happiness, dependent on them or something for self-worth, like my career makes me worthy, my clothing makes me worthy, my wealth makes me worthy, this person I'm with makes me worthy. Whenever we do that, we begin to lose that thing. The reason is because the universe is designed in such a way to help us be dependent on the light of the Creator, which is the most infinite, powerful force that will never let you down. When you're dependent on a human or on a thing, it begins to degrade because it's you settling for less again. Why are you holding on to this branch? Go to the sea. That's the whole idea, that when I start to depend or I start to wait for an apology, wait for you to like me, wait for success, wait for the economy, wait for the election, wait for the politics to change. What all the waiting does is it drains your energy because you become the effect and not the cause. And that's how it works.
Now, I gotta say, as I'm watching it, it's amazing, right? Every clip of his is amazing. But we watched this clip before? Was that the one we were watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we watched a few seconds. This is great, right?
Oh man, that is a big practice for me, especially in relationships, to not just put my happiness into somebody and to just consistently, like, it's that injection of like consciousness to be like, no, I'm not taking from this person. This person's here for me to actually to give to them. And I only take from the creator. I only go to the universe, to my soul for my fulfillment. I mean, for me, I know, and I think a lot of women, especially, it's a conscious effort. Like you can't, and it will get stronger and stronger, but it takes a conscious effort to always come back to yourself for your fulfillment rather than going to somebody else.
That's so true of relationships. You become who you think that person wants you to be, and you find you're different when you're by yourself than you're with that person. And some, and especially women, I don't know if I would imagine it's the same for men, but they lose themselves and then they wake up one day and they're maybe on the verge of a divorce because they don't know who they are anymore, and vice versa for the other person, because they're not in touch with themselves. They're not in touch with the creator.
No one finds it attractive. And that's what he's saying. He's like, you're going to lose it anyways. It's like, even in relationships, like on the reverse side, if you do everything that like me, like I'm not going to find you attractive at all. So like, it's funny that we do it because we can see it doesn't work from the other side. Like
Yeah.
you want to be totally authentically yourself. And that's because that's where you're going for your fulfillment. It's inside. That's where God is. That's where the universe is. It's inside of you.
And that's what drew those two souls together in the first place, because you were your own person, being you, right?
Yeah.
The truth is, as I'm thinking about it, it's, it's a daily struggle, and it's sometimes, 10 times a day struggle because, we have a deal. I really wanted to close on the 17th because I have plans for it. I need this and I need, so here I just fell, I just went there. I'm like, I need the deal. And he's telling me, David is reminding me, I don't need the deal. I need the light. Maybe the light says a week later is actually better. No, but I need it now, So it's a constant back and forth. Nothing, especially, we're not in, we're not in a chair of like teachers that maybe some people look at us like, oh, you got it all figured out. No, we didn't get it figured out, but we trying to use the tools as much as possible. So, so the way it works for me is first I kind of fall, then I hear the wisdom, then I'm like, oh, this is where I fell. That's kind of my process.
Yeah, I think that's the process of all of us. They give an example, I think, in the kids program of the bicycle. So the kid wants a new bike, but to understand that, and they give all these examples of what does a child want? He wants this and he wants this and he wants this. But it's really not the thing that you want. It's the pleasure that the thing gives you, right? It's the love that you get from it, or the fun that you get from riding the bike. That's the light that you want. So to be able to connect to the light and not the thing. It's hard to do. It's easy to think about.
I've never learned this lesson that you're talking about. It's the experience of it that you want, not the actual thing, more than in meditation. Like if I don't know how many of you meditate much, but if you get in a deep meditative state and you embody doing the thing, you're just as happy as if you were actually on a yacht. Like you feel like you're on a yacht. So, and it just shows you how much like the thing actually is not even real. It's just the energy of it. And yes, we should manifest it and get it, but we want the energy of it. We don't want the physical part of it. We want both.
Beautiful.
Love it.
So we can watch another clip, or we can basically start to wrap it up for today. What do you guys think? Should we play another? What I wanted to show before starting to get towards the end of this conversation. So on here, we really would like to expose, any of you watching us to where, a lot of where we get our wisdom from. So again, we encourage you to follow this page, David Guillaume. There's other teachers, Eitan Yardeni. Is there any other clip that you would like us to play, Christine or Esther? Should we play another one from here?
You could do a weekly energy boost. I think that would be a great one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
So weekly energy boost, while you are pulling that up, that's a podcast where they talk about the energy and like the astrology every week. There's influences by the universe that are pushing our souls and us to elevate, to grow, to achieve all our goals. So knowing what the energy is, we're able to harness it and to almost like surf on this energy wave that's coming, rather than it pushing us and tumbling us underwater to get where we want. We can ride it more gracefully.
That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah, Esther, you like to say forewarned is forearmed, right? I think
Yeah, forewarned is forearmed. And if you know that the energy of this week is not the best time to plant a seed because the soil could be, not so fertile and not so accommodating, you need to know that going. Wouldn't it be great if you could know that? Forewarned is forearmed for that week. Oh, but if I wait until this date, then this project that I'm working on has much better chance of taking off, because those energy forces exist whether we acknowledge them or not. So we can get tumbled around and beat up by life, and then it's okay, and we don't know the difference. Oh, last week was really horrible. Why was it horrible? Well, the energy was this. So if we know that ahead of time, we can plan. And we can, have our week be completely different than if we just are reacting to what's happening. So,
like, we just went through a period of 3 weeks, and this show, I think, would have told you about it.
mhm.
So, like, it's 3 weeks that the energy is just, very negative. So I would always, if I have the conversation with somebody who's doesn't know anything about Kabbalah, like when I go to do the Sage, Esther,
Mhm.
every time they would ask me, so tell us something about this month. So, like, on that month, I told them, from this date to that date, try to don't have confrontations. Like, if your neighbor is really bothering you, it's time to tell them about it. Don't tell them during those 3 weeks. Nothing is going to happen, when the energy of the week is so negative, there's time to confront and be proactive, and there's time, if you confront, you're not going to be proactive, and then no good comes out. So
Right.
that was an example, but this show would have told you about it. So it's called Weekly Energy Boost, and so this week it was with Eitan, who is one of the most senior teachers at the center. Let's see this.
That's beautiful. I think what you're presenting, Elisheva, is there are two forces in life: is the force of our soul and the force of our ego. The force of the true essence of who we are, which is our soul, and the false us, the ego, which we all have it. It's part of the game of life. Our soul knows that the only reason I'm in this world is to reveal my potential, means to grow, to learn lessons, how to reveal my gifts, my kindness, my love, my energy, my unlimited strength. That's what I came to do in this world. But in order to do this, my soul knows I need to actually expose and reveal what's stopping me from to do it. My selfishness, my laziness, my self-judgment, my neediness, my desire for approval, and all the things that's stopping my true potential to grow. So that's my soul knows. My ego's job, and that's what is doing us, is to feel good now. I want to cover up all what's wrong with me. I want to be approved today. I want to feel amazing today. So the ego doesn't care about growth, wants to feel great now. My soul cares about growth. My true self wants to say, actually, I'm looking forward to see what needs to be improved, what I was blind about. My ego is saying, no, I can't stand it. I feel bad when I realize something was wrong with me. That's the ego vision. And what you say, Elisheva, is look at your own life. Whenever you were resisting learning lessons proactively, chaos had to happen. Think in your own life. Think about major chaos that you experienced in your life in the last 5 years, or major challenge, or major pain. Can be around health, can be around relationship, can be around, God forbid, death of someone, can be around major money loss, can be around lawsuit, can be around something that you called at that time major challenge, major pain. And then realize and reflect how that pain or that chaos forced you to learn certain lessons about your life. Sometimes about people you can trust and people not. Sometimes about all the behavior that it forced you to actually act differently. Sometimes it caused you to realize you need to be a better parent and pay attention to the priorities of life, not to the nonsense of life. So what Elisheva mentioned is, you have a choice. If you're going to listen to the ego and say, no, I'm good. I don't want to look at anything I need to improve. I don't want anybody else to tell me, and I don't want to focus. I love myself. Love myself means everything is okay. Accept myself and please other people accept me the way I am. I don't want to look at this even. What's going to happen? You choose a path that you need external shakeups from the universe to learn lessons about yourself. The other choice, by the Kabbalah, is saying proactively, while this month is a powerful month, because this month of Virgo, this month of, in the ancient Kabbalistic word, the Elul, is the month before Rosh Hashanah, is the month that can give us in a most truthful way, truthful and objective examinations of what needs to be improved more than any other month, but every day it's good to reflect. So the other proactive approach is, I'm looking forward to realize where I need to improve. Certain positive action I need to put out there, and certain negative.
By the way, as we're listening, Esther and Christine, feel free to jump in and say, okay, I think we can, like if
This
you
is
think
a great spot.
wrong, don't worry about saying something. We're
Yeah.
doing
No, I
this
think this is a perfect spot. Why don't we pause here and say a couple things?
perfect.
No, that was so good because
this is a conversation. So even if we're watching and you feel like you think we passed the point, so say, okay, let's pause it. I think we're good. Feel free to do that.
So this month of Virgo leading up to this time where we have like this whole new destiny mapped out right in a month. So Michael Berg, who's the co-director of the Kabbalah Center, talked about this once. He was saying there's this force inside of all of us. It's a cleansing force, and it's pre-programmed in us to help us to elevate. So what's happening this month is this force is coming through us. If we want it, it will come through us and we should ask for it. And it's exposing everything that needs to be cleaned out. And so that's what's coming up right now is all of our small desires, all of the ways we sell ourselves short, all the ways we're settling for little things, and to really see them and to ask that they be removed, to acknowledge, like, I don't want this. I want better. I want greater. Like for me this month, it's really about stepping into my power, and all the times that I act small and act like a little girl and play little, I'm seeing it and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to be strong. I want to have responsibility in this world, and help me to cleanse it. And just acknowledging it, refocusing my energy on what I do want is cleansing it.
Beautiful.
It's
It's such a difference between somebody who is on a spiritual path, like, and somebody who is not. For us, we're happy. Like, when you say this month stuff will come at you, if I'm acting only with my ego, I hate that. Like, who wants that? Just give me the good stuff.
Yeah, you'll think you're terrible if you're not excited about it, it'll beat you down and you'll be like, I'm a terrible person.
And it's not that we're crazy, like bring on all the terrible stuff because,
we don't want the terrible stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like show me the bugs under my bed. I want to clean them out. I don't want to hide them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
exactly.
this month, if you would like to connect more to your soul thinks long term. Your soul thinks, I want to have everything. I don't want to just have
Limitless.
what's in my little agenda. This car, this house, that's great, that's beautiful. It's very, very small. What's in store for you? It's endless times more. And but to get there, we have to kind of, say, I don't want the quick fix. I don't want Eitan was saying, the ego says, just solve it for me now. And the soul says, no, even if it's not solved right now, but it's getting me towards my full potential, I'm signing up for that.
And there's always the example of, relationships where a person is in one relationship and that relationship ends. And then the next relationship comes and she's like, it's the same person wrapped up in a different body. It's the same kind of energy, except even stronger. And that will keep happening because you didn't realize the gifts that this person said, I'm gonna incarnate and I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna push this person's buttons. And I'm gonna, show them how ugly this is. But it's there for a purpose. And when we embrace that and say, okay, so you're a gift, hard to see sometimes, but what you brought me is a gift. And I want to work through that so that I can go on to the real, karmic relationship that I want. Right?
The trick there, I know, because I used to get caught up in this one, is that I'd be like, okay, and I would stay in these abusive patterns because I'm like, I need to learn everything. But I would just let myself get beat up by it. But the thing is, you have to, like you said, stay in it to learn your lessons, stay in it to get stronger, and it's usually the opposite of what you think it is. Like lots of times you think your lesson is, oh, I need to love this person, be more patient. No, maybe actually your lesson is you need to speak up and be stronger.
Front.
Yeah. So really it's a good time to like dive into the true lesson too. Because I think this time last year I was looking at like, oh, I want to solve my anger issues, but I was actually just suppressing them. And I was like, oh, I'm angry. Oh, okay, I'll just be quiet. But I realized this year, no. I still have the anger, but now instead of just being quiet, I'm becoming strong and direct and holding boundaries. So you have to really investigate and get really curious with yourself.
Yeah, the first step is to observe before you're going to fix it, or just to notice, to bring it to the surface.
Right. And to bring that level of curiosity. I think that's a great word for this month. Be curious. What is it that I need to change? Show it to me. And then also realize I don't have to solve it. I just need to bring it to the surface and become aware of it, but I don't have to solve it. So don't bring me the ugly thing and then I have to fix it. I'm not trying to fix anything. I'm just trying to realize and understand why it's there, what its gifts are, what it's brought me, what I want and what I don't want anymore. So when I make those realizations, the light force of the creator, then I can say, okay, now you take this. You take this and bring me what I'm supposed to have. Bring me what's my next level.
And it's true that
those are the miracles of Kabbalah. Sorry, I just have to say, like, that's like when I tell people about like this path of Kabbalah is miraculous. Like that truly is like that energy, knowing that and working with it, like that's where miracles happen. It's like you don't actually have to do all the work. You do some of it and the light will do the rest for you. And like that's a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a very like compassionate force that does that for us, and we should receive it.
And on that note,
I think like the one thing about what you both said is that this month happens to be the month where if you want to change, you get the most support from the light, from the universe, from the creator to change. So So it's really something to take advantage of if you would like to. And to learn more about it, I would say Kabbalah.com. We should, when we have the show up on Facebook, the different sites, we should have a list below on the notes, on the show notes. Kabbalah.com, Instagram of David, Meta. But so that's what I would check. I would check Weekly Energy Boost. I would check Kabbalah.com. What else would you recommend?
Spiritually Hungry podcast is amazing. Kabbalah1.com for sure if it's a first thing.
Yeah.
And then
again, we'll put those,
Kabbalah1.com.
we'll link them all. So people will have it. They don't have to
And our Instagram page, we're gonna start.
Kabbalah
Kabbalah
conversations.
And yeah, that would be the last thing. So we do have a small little agenda in these conversations that we have. We are located in Las Vegas, and we know what Kabbalah has done for us in our lives. Each one of us is trying to share it as much as possible, but we know what it feels. We know how it enhanced our lives, and we want to spread it in the first immediate time in Las Vegas. So we would love to, as many people in Las Vegas, to get connected to the Kabbalah Center, to Kabbalah One, to the teachers, so you get inspired. And as you get inspired, please let us know. Put in the remarks, I'm interested, something like that. We're trying to build an interest list of people who are, wow, you know what, there's something here. I would love to come to a physical class in Vegas. As soon as we reach our goal is really 200 of interest people that say, you know what, I'm interested in coming to a class in Las Vegas. If it's $26, $36, I love it. So just know that I'm interested. And let us know on wherever you're watching us, I'm interested. And once we're getting close to that list that we would like to have, we'll send you a quick text. Hey, we're almost there. Are you still interested? And then give you information how to sign up.
The event details. Yeah.
So that's our
amazing. I look forward to that.
Me
really
too.
cool, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for
This
joining
was
us.
fun.
And I'll let you wrap it up, Esther and Christine.
Well, I think this is great. And for whoever joined our conversation, we welcome you, and we look forward to having more conversations like this, talking about more things that, with the energy of the week and the energy of the month, so that we can share this wisdom with you. And we hope that something that we said, tripped something in your brain and helped you, inspired you to use something that we talked about, and it helps you in your week this week.
Amazing. Thank you, Yehuda, and thank you, Esther. This was lovely to connect with you guys, and I'm really grateful. I wanna grow this community in Vegas a lot with you, so I'm excited.
Me too.
Yay, go Vegas.
Thanks,
go.
guys. Go Vegas.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
See you next week.